Hallo, vandaag ben ik in Paramaribo en ik ga lopen door de oude stad. Hello, today I'm in Paramaribo and I'm going to walk through the old town UNESCO heritage site and see if I can find some interesting things. Ga kijken of ik interessante dingen kan vinden. And I'm starting here at the St. Peter and Paul Cathedral in the historic centre of Paramaribo. In 1809, this was a Jewish theatre before turning into a church for the local Catholics in 1826. Over time, there wasn't enough space here for all the Catholics. And in 1882, it was turned into a cathedral. It's made of wood, quite interestingly. Dus ik ben er nu bij de St. Peter and Paul Cathedral. In 1809 was dit een Jewish theatre. En in 1826 wordt het een kerk voor de katholieken hier. Maar er was niet genoeg plek, dus in 1882 was het een kathedraal gemaakt. En het is van hout gemaakt. Right, now I'm not joking, and this wasn't a pleasant view. Outside the cathedral, on the opposite side of a road, there is a man naked masturbating. So I've come in here to basically hide. He's literally just sat on the pavement. So, yeah, not so nice. Ik weet niet hoe ik dat in Suriname zeg, maar er is een man op de andere kant van de weg die zichzelf plezier aan het geven is. Ik sprak net met iemand die zei in Georgetown, Guyana, ze hebben ze ook een zo van hout gemaakt. En de gids zei dat het de grootste was in de wereld. Maar hij zei dat deze 50 centimeter groter is dan die in Guyana. I was just speaking to someone here who was in Georgetown, Guyana, and their guide said that the cathedral there, Churchill Cathedral, was the biggest in the world. It definitely isn't, but this one alone, just in Suriname over the border, is 50 centimeters higher. So that's an extra fact. En achter mij nu heb je de Sisters Franciscanessen van Roosendaal in Suriname vanaf 1856. Ik zeg nu doei naar de kathedraal. I'm saying goodbye to the cathedral now and heading towards the presidential palace. Ik ben nu bij de presidentiële paleis van Paramaribo. I'm now at the presidential palace of Paramaribo behind me, and in front of me is the Independence Square, where it is located across from. And this square also houses the National Assembly of Suriname, the Congress Building, the Court of Justice, and the Ministry of Finance. This area is one of the best maintained examples of Dutch architecture, Dutch colonial Baroque architecture in the UNESCO areas of Paramaribo. Waar ik sta heb je veel gebouwen van oude Nederlandse architectuur. Een soort koloniaal architectuur, ik weet niet hoe dat heet in het Nederlands. En achter de paleis hier, daarachter, heb je the palm towns, the Garden of Palms. The palace was built in 1730, which dates back quite a while. De paleis is best oud, het is in 1730 gemaakt. En hierna ga ik naar de Suriname River. And now I'm going to the Surinamese River. Ik probeer met een soort accent van de Suriname mensen te praten. Het is minder, zeker minder. I'm trying to talk in a sort of Surinamese accent. It's very hard. It's very hard to pick up, and there's less and more definitive, and they speak very quickly, at least for me. And at the Surinamese River, I should be entering again into a more concentrated colonial area, including Fort Zeelandia. I've now arrived at Fort Zeelandia, but I just wanted to add a side note about that guy lurking outside the cathedral earlier. It's actually the second time I've seen that in Suriname in 4 days. So 50% of the time that you spend walking around Paramaribo, be prepared to see that kind of activity. Makes me feel sick. Het begint een beetje te regenen. En aan de achtergrond kunt u vuurwerken horen. Omdat het oud en nieuw is hier. Maar Fort Zeelandia is een voormalige Nederlandse fort bij de linkeroverkant van de Suriname River. Fort Zeelandia is a fort on the left side of the Surinamese River. in the capital city of Suriname, and you can hear some fireworks in the background. It's starting to rain. It's fireworks because it's the New Year's period, and this behind me is the sort of entrance. Dus dit is de straat waar u naar de Fort Zeelandia loopt. En als ik de camera zal sturen, dan zie je de begin van de fort. Fort Zeelandia is het oudste monumentale bouwwerk van Paramaribo. Haar geschiedenis gaat terug tot omstreeks 1613, toen de Nederlandse Turk van Sanen en Nicolaas Ballistel op een vooruitstekende punt in een bocht van de Suriname rivier een zogenoemde factorij een handelpost bouwden. Tijdens de Tweede Engelse Oorlog, 1665-1667, kreeg de zelfs-admiraal Abraham Cranston de opdracht om met een vloot naar de Amerika's af te reizen en alle Engelse bezittingen voor het gewest Zeeland in bezit te nemen. De stad Paramaribo en Fort Zeelandia zijn altijd onverbrekelijk met elkaar verbonden geweest. Daarom wordt ik nog steeds over de stad gesproken als foto of het fort. Fort Zeelandia is the oldest monumental building in Paramaribo. Its history goes back to 1613, when two Dutchmen, Dirk van Sanen and Nicholas Ballistel, built a factory, a trading post, on a protruding piece of land in a bend of the Surinamese River. At the end of the Second English War, this was the mid-1660s, Admiral Abraham Cranston was sent out to take possession of all English colonies. In the name of Zeeland, the city Paramaribo and Fort Zeelandia have always been closely connected, and some people refer to Paramaribo as photo, which is a word derived from fort. Also here they have some interesting history about the old Surinamese flag, which looked like this, and the new flag, which looks like this. And just on the outskirts of the Fort Zeelandia, there is a Ik hou van Suriname, and I love Suriname, or I love Su, short for Suriname, belt, now letters, sign, whatever you want to call it here. En ik loop nu dichter bij de fort, but now walking closer. That is the ingang van de fort. There's the entrance to the fort. Just a bit wary about this dog. Hier heb je Eddie Snijders, Tonis, dirigent en vernieuwer van de Surinaamse muziek. Eddie Snijders, 1923 to 1990, a historical figure in Surinamese music. And this is now a museum. I think in 1990 it turned into a museum. Het is nu een museum. Ik denk dat het zo geworden in 1990. Ik denk dat dat Wilhelmina is. And you can see the cannons facing towards the river. It's part of the defense of the fort. En dit is wel nulde van koningin Wilhelmina. A statue from Queen Wilhelmina. To the left side of the fort, in the gardens, just by the Surinamese river in the background. And I'm going to go and sit on these swings and just have a little swing. En hier vlakbij de Fort Zeelandia is een monument ter herinnering aan de Surinaamse veteranen die in de Koreaanse oorlog gevochten hebben. Monument in memory of the Surinamese veterans in the Korean War, here nearby Fort Zeelandia. And from here I'm going to be walking on towards the central market, and I'll see if there's anything interesting on the way there as well. Unfortunately, the square outside the presidential palace is all closed off, and there's lots of works being done, as you can see. You can see er is ook veel werk by the boardwalk, by the promenade. There's lots of work going on here by the promenade. But this street just next to it is one of the oldest streets in Paramaribo, with the old colonial houses. And you can see lots of these around Paramaribo today. And that red on the floor is from fireworks, and there's so many here. this time of year. So unfortunately, this area here behind me, sort of near the riverfront, is closed off. And I think there were going to be a few monuments that I could look at there, but obviously can't anymore. Ik heb gehoopt dat ik monumenten kon zien daar in de buurt, maar ik kan er niet langs, helaas. Dus ik ga gewoon naar de markt lopen. Ik sta nu bij de centrale bank in Suriname en ik laat je gewoon zien omdat het een mooie gebouw is. I'm now at the Central Bank of Suriname and I just thought I'd show you because it's quite a nice building along this street. So I've arrived here. I'm not sure if this actually is the central market. If not, it's very near it. It's indoors, so I'm just going to walk through because if it's not the central market should be on the other side. Ik denk dat dat niet de centrale markt was. Ik heb gedacht aan iets groter. I don't think that was the central market. I'm expecting something a bit bigger, so I'm just going to walk to the left. Ik ga even links lopen om te zien, to have a look. So I believe I'm here now. I took a left and I think I'm on the outskirts. I'm not sure if the majority is outside or inside, but I'm going to walk around and have a look. That was very loud, very loud. I'm going to try and see if there's an inside section. Somewhere up here there's some fireworks going on. At least I hope it's fireworks. Wow, that was not a pleasant experience. I'm going to walk inside the market, see if there is anything, but so far this market really hasn't lived up to any kind of expectations. Whether I had any expectations, I'm not sure. I've been so taken aback by it, by the noise, I've stopped talking Surinamese. So I'm in the inside area now. It's much quieter here, much more pleasant. It looks like the middle section inside is all sort of fruits and vegetables. I have noticed in Suriname there's not many fruits. It's more like root vegetables and tomatoes. Don't get me wrong, they do have some fruits, but not as many as the surrounding countries, especially Guyana. Turn it off. So I bought 2 cucumbers for 20 Surinamese dollars. Now I'm going back outside. I'm not sure I want to. You genuinely have to be careful that there's no fireworks going to be set off around your feet here. Ik heb 2 komkommers gekocht. för 20 Suriname dollar. In euros dat ongeveer 5 cent. I bought 2 cucumbers for 20 Surinamese dollars. That's around 50p, and that pretty much sums up my walking tour of Paramaribo. It's been quite short, but to be honest, I wasn't really enjoying that last bit at the market. I was expecting there to be more on offer for the capital of the country and its central market, but there wasn't really. And some of the things I've seen today have been a bit unpleasant. So just be prepared if you're coming here.